So good evening students, welcome back to PTSP online class. In the last class we have discussed some of the properties of sets and some problems we have discussed in the sets, and the third class we have discussed the probability, definition of probability, and we have discussed some of the examples in the probability. In this class I am going to explain. The topic name is called permutations and combinations, and this we are discussing as in the part of first unit, that is probability and random variable. And after discussing permutations and combinations, we are going to solve some problems based on the permutations and combinations, and some of the problems we are going to solve on the probability also. First, before going to discuss some of the problems based on the permutations and combinations, I am going to give the definition and formula for permutations and combinations. Then what is the definition of permutation? What is the definition of permutation? I am having a set of some objects. I am having a set of some distinct objects in which I am picking R objects. I am picking the R objects, I am choosing the R objects, then the arrangement of that particular objects are called permutations. If you go through the definition of the permutation, if R objects are chosen from a set of distinct objects, that means we are having a set in which we are having some distinct objects, in which from which we are taking some R objects, then the arrangement of that objects or order of that objects is named as permutation. So for example, I am having a set of fruits in which we are having 10 different types of fruits. If I select four fruits from that 10 fruits, then the arrangement of the complete objects or order of the complete objects is nothing but permutations. We can have the various permutations. Number of permutations we can have by selecting the various objects from the given set. That is given by NPR. N is nothing but here the objects in the set, the n number of distinct objects in the set, whereas R is nothing but the number of objects which are chosen from the set of objects, and so that NPR is equals to given by n factorial by n minus R factorial. Based on this formula we can solve the more problems. So here nothing but we have a set which is consisting of some distinct objects. From the distinct objects we have been selecting or we have been choosing some R objects, and then the resultant arrangement is nothing but permutations, that is denoted with NPR. Coming to the combinations nothing but the number of ways in which the object will be chosen from the set. The number of ways, that means what? In how many number of ways we can choose that object from the given set of distinct object, that is called combinations. Here the definition of the combinations is very clear, that is number of ways in which objects can be selected from a set of objects, and this set of objects may be distinct objects or similar objects, and the combinations is given by the formula, that is NCR is equals to n factorial by R factorial into n minus R factorial. And later on we are going to simplify this formula, that is permutations and the combination formula will be modified according to the given problem. Then we are going to, now we will see some of the examples of permutations and combination. First example, I am going with the first example. If repetitions are not allowed, I am going with one example, or it is nothing but a problem also. If repetitions are not allowed, how many 4-digit numbers can be formed from the digits 1 to 7? That means what? We are having a set, set name I am assuming is A is having a elements, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. These are the distinct objects, and the repetitions are not allowed, from this set 4 digits numbers we have to select. That means what? If the repetitions are not allowed, how many 4 digit numbers can be formed? How many 4 digits numbers can be formed by making use of the digits 1 to 7? So that here n is equals to 7, then r is equals to 4, so that the required n is equals to 7. Here total number of distinct objects are 4, and we require to have the 4 digit number, so that r is equals to 4. This is the example for the permutation, so that npr is equals to we can write 7p4, and the formula for npr is nothing but n factorial by n minus r factorial, so that it is nothing but n factorial is 7 factorial, n minus r means 7 minus 4, it is 3 factorial, so that we can have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then next one is 3 into 2 into 1, and so that it can be cancelled, so that the answer will be this one. 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 is the number of 4 digit numbers we can have from 1 to 7, the distinct objects. So that here the set is given, that set is having the elements 1 to 7, and from that if the repetitions are not allowed, the total number of 4 digits numbers we can have, that is 7 into 6 into 5 into 20. You can simplify that one, and here we can directly write this one 7p4 we can directly write, that is 7 is 7, we have to go with 7 into 6 into 5 into 4. That means what? Here this is having 4, 1 2 3 4, we have extended like that up to 4, so that no need to go with this formula also. If you remember the formula, that is well and good. If you don't remember this one, you can directly go with 7. You have to start with 7, and you have to go with descending order up to the 4 numbers, so that will be the given required answer. Coming to the next question, that is, if there are 10 balls in a box, in how many ways we can choose 4 balls without replacement? The same question. That means what? We are having the set is B. We are having the set is B now. We are having the set is B, in which we are having the 10 balls. We are having 10 different balls. We have having 10 different balls we are having, and from which we wanted to choose 4 balls without replacement. 4 balls without replacement we wanted to take, so that what is the permutation of this particular combination, and that will be given by n is equals to 10 here, and r is equals to 4, and so that we can directly write it is 10 factorial by n minus r factorial, 10 minus 4, that is 6 factorial, and directly you can write this is about what it is. It is NCR is equals to 10C4, so that directly you can write 10, and it has to go with the 4 numbers 10 into 9 into 8 into 7, and this is the required answer. That means what? The permutations nothing but if R objects are chosen from n set, if R objects are chosen from a set of n distinct objects, then the arrangement or order of that particular objects is nothing but it is a permutation. And with these 2 examples, I hope this permutation is very clear. I am going to give the definitions for now. Combinations nothing but the number of ways in which objects can be selected from a set of object, that is given by NCR is equals to n factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial. Then I am going with the one example in case of combination, that is, in how many ways 3 students can be selected from 15 students. Very good question it is. That means what? We have a set of 15 students. We have a set of 15 student names are A, B, C, D, and like that we can have the 15 students. From this 15 student, we wanted to select the 3 students. We wanted to select the 3 students. Then I am going with the question. In how many ways the 3 students can be selected from the 15 students? So that here this is nothing but, here 15 is nothing but n. N is equals to 15 and C is equals to here R is equals to 3. So that here we need to calculate the number of combinations, how many combinations the 3 students can be chosen, and that is nothing but NCR is equals to, that is we know the formula, that is n factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial, and without having this r factorial, this is simply permutation formula only. Without having this r factorial in the denominator, that will be the simple permutation only. But the formula for the combination, that is NCR is equals to n factorial by the r factorial into n minus r factorial. So that substitute the n and c value, so that it is n is 15 and c 3 is equals to 15 factorial by this is 3 factorial into, it is n minus 3, 15 minus 3, it is nothing but 12 factorial, and so that you can go with the answer. This is 15, 14, 13 and into 12 factorial we can write by 3 factorial means 3 into 2 into 1 into 12 factorial, 12 factorial get cancelled. This is 3 into 5, this is 2 into 7, like that you can calculate 5 into 7 into 13, the answer will be 18. It is 445 ways we can have the 3 students combinations from the 15 students. And the next question, we can go with the next question, that is, so we can discuss the one more example in the case of combination. Then the second example in case of combination, a student is to answer 5 questions out of the 8 questions in the examination. In how many ways he or she can choose? And we are having the 3 questions here. That means what? Here a set is having how many questions? 8 questions it is having. 8 questions it is having. I can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8. And this is a question paper which is consisting of 8 questions, in which the student has to answer only 5 questions. Student has to answer, she or he has to answer only 5 questions. Then the first question is that is, if any 5 from the out of 8, any 5 he has to answer, means here n is equals to 8 and r is equals to 5, so that NCR is equals to, directly you can write 8C5 is nothing but 8 factorial by 5 factorial into 8 minus 5, that is 3 factorial, so that it is 8, that is 6, 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 factorial I can write, because here in the denominator that is 5 factorial is there. Then the 5 factorial into 3 into 2 into 1, here 5 factorial get cancelled, and here 2 for 3s and 3 3s get cancelled. The answer is 56. That means what? A student can answer 56 ways. A student can answer 56 ways of 5 questions out of given 8 questions. That is the required combination of the given question. And the second question, if the first question is compulsory, second question I am going with, if the first question is compulsory, that means what? The student has to answer the first question compulsory. It is a compulsory. That means what? If he answer the first question, in remaining 7 questions he has to answer the 4 question. I hope I am clear that here the second case is that the first question has to be compulsory. It is compulsory, so that every student has to attempt that one, so that in remaining 7 questions he has to answer the 4 questions, so that here n is equals to 4 and n is equals to 7 and r is equals to 4, so that answer will be 7 factorial by, that is 4 factorial into, that is 4 minus 7 minus 4, that is 3 factorial. It is nothing but it is, here I am going with 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 factorial by 4 factorial into 3 into 2 into 1, and here 4 factorial get cancelled, 3 into 2 6, it is 6 also cancel, 7 into 5, that is 35 ways. That means what? If we made first question is compulsory, then from the 7 questions the student has to answer 4 questions, so that in 35 ways the student can answer the remaining 4 questions out of the 7 given questions. And the last question I am going with the last question, 2 out of first 3, that means what? From the first 3 questions the student has to answer 2 questions compulsory. From the first 3 questions the student has to answer the 2, and remaining 5 questions the student has to answer the 3, because 3 plus 5 is 8 questions, total number of 8 questions, and the student has to answer 2 plus 3, that is 5 questions, so that from the first 3 questions the student has to answer 2 questions, and remaining 5 questions he has to answer, or she has to answer the 3 more questions, so that here this is nothing but it is 3C2 into and 5C3, and answer will be here, directly you can write this is 3 into 2 into 1 by 2 into 1, and into here 5 means it is 5, that is 5 into 4 into 3 by 3 into 2 into 1. Likewise you can answer this one, and the answer will be 3 into 10, this is 3 into 10 will be 3 cancel, it is 2, and this will be 10, and 2 cancel, it is 3 into 10, it will be 30. So that if from the first 3 questions the student has to attempt 2 questions compulsory, and remaining 5 questions the same student has to attempt the 3 questions. In this way you can calculate the combinations, and with these two examples I hope permutations are clear and the combinations are clear. Permutation is nothing but if we choose R objects from a set of n distinct objects, then the order or arrangement of that particular objects is called permutation, and it is denoted with NPR, and the combinations is nothing but the number of ways in which we can choose in which we can select the objects from the set is nothing but it is a combination, it is given with NCR. Now we can introduce the concept of permutations and combinations in the case of probability. We have discussed the probability of an event. Probability of an event is given by number of favorable cases by number of favorable cases by the number of favorable cases by the total number of exhaustive cases. We have discussed the formula for the probability exhaustive cases. Probability of an event is given by mathematically probability of an experiment or probability of an event is equals to number of favorable cases of that particular experiment by the total number of exhaustive cases. By using this formula we can determine the probability of any event, and we can introduce, now we are going to introduce the permutations and combinations in order to calculate the probability of an event. Now I am going with the one particular problem, that is find the probability of getting the 2 diamonds. Find the probability of getting 2 diamonds if we draw 2 cards randomly, if we draw the 2 cards at random from a pack of 52. That means what? total 52 cards are there, total 52 cards are there, and from that 52 cards we have to draw the two diamonds. We are going to draw the two cards. We are going to draw the two cards at a random from a pack of 52, so that what is the probability of getting two diamonds, so that the total number of exhaustive cases will be here n is equals to 52 and r is equals to 2, so that here total number of exhaustive cases, total number of exhaustive cases will be, that is NCR is equals to 52C2, and directly we can write 52C2, that means what, it has to be extended with the two numbers, that is 52 into 51, that will be 52 into 51, and that by 52 into 51 by, that is 2 into 1, and which will be having, that is the answer is 1326. That means what, if we choose the two cards, from the 52 cards, then the total number of program outcomes will be NCR, that is 52C2, that is nothing but 1326. This is total number of exhaustive cases are completed, but the total number of favorable cases in 52 cards, and we will be having 13 diamond cards. We are having the 13 diamond cards, but we don't require the total 13 cards. We require only 2 diamonds. Are getting the probability of 2 diamonds. Question is nothing but getting the probability of 2 diamonds. If we draw the 2 times, randomly from the 52 pack of cards, and show that getting the probability of 2 diamonds, but there are 13 cards are there, 13 diamond cards are there, so that here n is equals to 13, and from that we requires to have only 2 cards, so that r is equals to 2, so that here NCR is equals to 13C2, and 13C2 is nothing but we have to extend, that is 2 line, 13 into 2 by 2 into 1, and it is 6, it is 78. That means what, it is the total number of favorable cases are 78, and the total number of possible outcomes, that is nothing but total number of exhaustive cases are 1326. So that probability of getting the 2 diamonds, if we draw 2 cards at random from a pack of 52, so that it is the answer is given by 78 by 1326, then the answer will be, that is 1 by 17. The probability of getting the 2 diamonds, if we draw 2 cards at random from a pack of 52 cards, and this is the answer for the getting the 2 diamonds. And we are going to discuss the one more problem in the probability, that is there are 3 cards are drawn from the 52 pack. There 3 cards drawn from the 52. Pause. Next question we will be solving on the probability with the knowledge of permutations and combinations. Next question is that 3 cards are drawn from a pack of 52 cards. Earlier question is that what? The 2 cards we drawn. Here we are drawing the 3 cards. 3 cards are drawn from a pack of 52 cards. Then find the probability of. First question is 3 spades. We can have the 3 spades. First question is that getting the probability of 3 spades we have to go with. 3 spades we have to go. That means what? Total number of cards are 52. N is equals to 52. Then R is equals to 3. We have drawn the 3 cards. 3 cards are drawn, so that R is equals to 3. So that NCR is nothing but 52. C3 is nothing but it is the total number of exhaustive cases, that is total possible program outcomes will be given by 52C3, 52, and it is 52 into 51 into 50 by 3 into 2 into 1, and this will be, this is 2 into 25, and it will be 3 into 17, and like that if you proceed this one, the total number of exhaustive cases will be 22,100. That means what? The total number of exhaustive cases, or the total possible program outcomes will be 22,100. Then the number of favorable cases, we require to get the 3 spades. We require to get the 3 spades, and the total number of spades in the 52 cards, that are 13, in which we require to have the only 30. We require to have only 3, so that n is equals to 13 and r is equals to 3, so that total number of favorable cases we can get, that is NCR is nothing but 13C, 3, so that 13 into 12 into 11 by 3 into 2. If you simplify this one, the total number of favorable cases we require, that is about 286 you can get. Then the probability of getting the 3 spades, if we draw the 3 cards from the 52 pack, then that is given by, it is 286 by, that is 22,100. If you simplify this one, answer will be 11 by 850. You can get the answer is about 11 by 850. That is the probability of getting the 3 spades. If you draw the 3 cards from the 52 cards, then the probability is about 11 by 850. Then this is the Then second question, in case of finding the probability by using the concept of the permutations and combination, in the same question, the another bit is that 2 spades and 1 diamond, 2 spades and 1 diamond, very similar only. Number of exhaustive cases, we know that number of exhaustive cases, that is 52 C3, and which will be 22,100. Now we are going with the 2 diamonds, 2 spades and 1 diamond, 2 spades and 1 diamonds. Out of 13 we require to have the 2 spades, out of 13 diamonds we require to have the 1 diamond, and this is nothing but it is the number of favorable cases. You require to calculate this one, 13 into 12 by 2 into 1 into 13 by 1, and so that the required favorable cases, number of favorable cases, it will be is about 78 into 13, and so that the probability of getting the 2 spades and 1 diamond is nothing but 78 into 13 by 22,100. If you simplify this one, answer will be 39 by, if you simplify this one, answer will be 39 by 850. Here the question simply we have modified that. Earlier question is that we require to have the 3 spades, but here 2 spades and 1 diamonds, and 2 spades out of 13 spades and 1 diamond out of the 13 diamonds, and so that you can multiply these two, so that you can get the number of favorable cases by using the standard formula of number of favorable cases, by using the standard formula of probability, that is number of favorable cases by total number of exhaustive cases, you can calculate the probability. And the last question, 1 spade, 1 diamond and 1 heart. Last case, 1 spade, we require to have the 1 spade, 1 heart, 1 diamond. That means what? Out of 32 spades we require 1, and out of 32 hearts we required 1, out of 32 hearts we require 1, and the total number of exhaustive cases remains same only, that is 15 C3, which is equals to 22,000, that is 22,100, and so that we are going with, this is the total number of favorable cases, means 13 C1 means it is 13 only, into 13 into 13. This is 13 and this is 13 and this is 13 by the 22,100. If you simplify this one, answer will be 169 by it is 1700. 169 by 1700. That means what? Probability of getting the 1 spade, 1 heart and 1 diamond if we draw the 3 cards from a pack of 52, and that is the probability of getting 1 spade, 1 heart and 1 diamond. Thank you.